Hello everybody, welcome to my YouTube channel. This is actually my first video on this channel, so let me know, how it goes. If you have any honest feedback, let me know about that as well in the comments down below. Regardless, today we're going to be speccing my 718 GT4. I've pulled the trigger on this car around November, and my dealership told me around Christmas time that they received an allocation and are giving it to me, so I'm pretty stoked. My delivery is around mid-May, so I figured that I'll basically record my whole my whole journey on getting the car, and when I once get the car, I'll make videos with it, tell you all about my ownership experience, all that stuff. I'm very excited, and I want to make this video, for all those people who are basically interested in how this whole Porsche ordering thing goes. The stuff they send you, like tracking info and all that other stuff. So if y'all want to see more, let me know down below in the comments. If you just want to join along, for the ride, that's fine too. So yeah, before we get right into this video, a little bit about myself. I've been a car guy for as long as I remember. My dad's into cars, my little brother's into cars, I'm into cars. And I've been into Porsche since I was 5. I didn't necessarily get my love of Porsches from my dad. I actually got him into Porsche. The way that I fell in love with Porsche is I remember seeing all those car magazines back in the day, and I'd always look at the person driving it, and they'd always have like a straight face. But then I saw this one car magazine. I think it had like a 996 turbo. And the guy who's driving it looked really happy. He was smiling. So I'm like, oh, that must be a good car. So, yeah, that's how my love of Porsches began. And it just grew exponentially from there. So, yeah, enough of me talking about myself. Let's get right into me speccing my 718. All right, so let's get started. So we're going to start off at the 718. And let's go to configure over here. And when I was choosing the model, I really wanted flat 6. The flat 4 is cool and all, but I've had a Subaru BRZ before as one of my cars, and I didn't really have that great of an experience with it, so I really don't want the flat 4. So this kind of led me to either the GTS 4 liters, the 25-year model, anniversary model, the GT4, or the Spider. The GT4 RS is kind of out of the question for me because, 1, there's no manual transmission, and 2, it's quite expensive. So, oops, let me click that. So, out of all these cars, I'd say I go for the GT4 because, 1, I track a lot. It's a hobby of mine. I'm planning to track the car at least 3-4 times a year, at least. So, GT4 will be the perfect car for me. So, let's get started. And yeah, here's the car. So let's firstly start off with color. I don't really want to get a monochromatic color. My parents had monochromatic cars all their life. My dad had silver cars all his life. My dad's also a car guy. He has 911 and GT Silver. And I do like how this color looks, but frankly, I'm a little tired of it. So, I've owned a black car before. I had a Focus ST. That was actually my first car. And it looked amazing when it was clean, but honestly, it was only when it was clean. After like about 5 minutes, it's basically dirty again, so black is out of the question. My previous car was white, and it was a BRZ, and it looked basically pretty much like this, especially if I go for the red stitching inside. So I don't really want white. Red's a bit too flashy. I am planning daily the car, so red and yellow are basically out of question. Career white is nice, but again, it's white. I talked about GT Silver for a second. Frozen Berry Metallic. Now this color is very interesting. I really, really like this color, but I think it's a bit strong for me, especially if I were to daily the car. So, not the best choice. Now, Gentian Blue. I've never had a blue car before. My mom had a blue Range Rover back in the day, and it was beautiful. It was Balmoral blue. I remember the name of the color. And I've had the opportunity to see this color in real life, and man, it is beautiful. It's actually the name of this YouTube channel, so you're probably not surprised if you're a real Porsche nerd about what color I'm going with. So I'm actually going with Gentian blue here. But I'll talk about the other colors as well. I've seen chalk around. It was actually one of my favorite colors, especially when the 991.2 GT3 came out. I think that was that's like the debut car for the chalk color in around 2018. And it's nice. Someone around my town actually has one in chalk, and it looks great. But $3,000 for this color, I'm not too sure. And also, I think for longevity, I'm planning to keep this car for as long as possible, whether it be 5 years or 10 years. And I feel like this color will get old really quickly. I could be wrong, but yeah. So this is out of question. Shark blue. I absolutely love this color. I actually have a friend who recently picked up his shark blue GT4. Haven't really had the chance to see it yet, but it is nice. I had a Focus RS actually, and I had it in red. It was a 2018 red edition, but the shark blue actually reminds me of the nitrous blue in the Focus RS, so that's pretty cool. I would actually really consider this color, but it's a little bit out there again for me since I'm daily in the car, so I'm going to avoid that. Python green. This is basically a statement color. I feel like if you get this color, you want people looking at you, and it's nice, but it's a bit too bright for me. And I am a sucker for green cars. If Aventurin green was available, I would probably choose that color, or some like Irish green or Brewster green. But yeah, this is a little bright. Paint the sample. Oh man, that's nice. This looks like a oak green metallic. Man, yeah, I would go for paint the sample, but it's a little bit out of my price range, and I'm not sure if I'm really there yet in life to I guess rock a paint the sample car. So that's out of question. So yeah, we will stick with Gentian blue. Now for the wheels, we only have one choice, but we had different wheel colors. And I decided to go with silver wheels. And that is because, I feel like silver wheels is an art. You see the structure of the wheels and the shape of the wheels. And, it's so bright. And I feel like it'll contrast really well with this, blue paintwork. So yeah, I think this will look amazing. Now, a little pet peeve of mine is blue with black wheels. I absolutely, I don't want to say I hate it, but I just don't get it. I mean, it just looks kind of off to me. You already have a dark color, especially a dark blue. You already have a dark color with dark wheels. It just, I don't know. It doesn't look right. And so with gold wheels, personally, it looks like a Subaru, like a WRX, and kind of ruins the car for me a little bit. So yeah, let's roll with silver. Now for interior, I decided to go with silver stitching, the leather as well. Honestly, I don't like Alcantara that much, so if I were to go all leather, I would. But this is good. This is really good, and I think really hard about. I guess you could say, matching the car and stuff. And this silver stitching, it's a very neutral tone to the blue exterior, and I think it'll complement the silver wheels really well as well. So now for the wheels, I decided to go back to the interior here. I decided to go with the 18-way seats. My dad has the 18-way seats in his 911, and I've tracked his car before, and I've also used it on the back road many times. And honestly, they hold me in pretty well on track. I know people get the full buckets because they say that the sports seats plus suck. They don't really hold them in that well. But personally, they hold me in pretty well. And again, I'm playing daily to cars, and these are really comfortable for me. So, the 18 ways, it's a no-brainer for me. And I'm not really too, I guess you could say, keen on resale value. Like, I don't really care about that. Again, I'm trying to keep this car for as long as possible, and I want to make it perfect for me. That's one thing I don't really understand is the people who buy the Porsche and they're like, oh, what's the best for resale? Like, nah, just buy the car for, for yourself. Don't buy it for your next owner. But yeah, that's that. Decided not to do DVA stitching. I decided to stick with silver, so we will skip that. Now, exterior. I may have gone a little bit too crazy here, if I'm being honest. I chose a headlight cleaning system in exterior color, and with that, I chose PDLS Plus. Now, I chose PDLS Plus because, one, I think they look amazing, and two, I never had a car with LED lights before, so this is really cool. And I decided to get it in exterior color because I like the little details. They matter to me. And I have a buddy with a 718 GTS 4-liter who got him GT Silver, and he selected this option. And honestly, it looks pretty substantial in my eyes, and sort of like a if you know you know thing. If you're a real Porsche nerd and you come up to this car, you'll be like, oh, it's got the exterior cleaning systems painted in the exterior color. So that's cool. Skipping through all of these, I want to keep the Porsche logo silver in the back to match the wheels, and I decided to get this painted as well. The GT4 logo might be slightly over the top, but again, it's sort of like I feel like it makes the car bespoke a bit. It makes it a bit unique. So and just a nice touch to have. So I decided to add that. Decided to also get exclusive design fuel cap. I know you can get this from Suncoast for like probably half the price, but I prefer if it's just installed from factory, all said and done. So yeah, that's that. We're already at $111,000. That's just crazy. So I want to stick with a 6-speed manual. If I were to have only, my theory is that I should at least have one manual transmission car in my garage, and even if it's my only car, it would still be a manual transmission car. This will be my only car. I got no kids, no wife, so I could get away with it. And oh yeah, car and driver, nice. So yeah, and also again, the manual transmission is a dying art. I really enjoy driving it, and all the cars I've actually had in the past were manual. My BRZ, my Focuses, so yeah, manual transmission. So I get the Chrono package. Honestly, I think it's a little useless because I don't really feel like people will use the Chrono features anyways on track. I'll probably just use Track Addict Pro on my phone, or maybe GoPro, and of course I'll upload it on this YouTube channel. So be on the lookout for that, like months later, later this year. But I like the clock that's there, so I figured I'll get it. One glitch I've also noticed on this configurator is the little computer on the tachometer seems to mimic the PCM over here. Just thought that was funny. But yeah, I decided to skip the PCCBs because, one, I'm not a big baller yet. I don't got the $8,000 to spend on fancy brakes. Also, I'm planning to track the car, and I don't want to spend a Volkswagen GTI on rotors and pads when the time comes. Though I must say, the yellow looks amazing on the blue. I wish I could go for these, but it doesn't make sense for me. So yeah, I'm not getting those. But I'm actually pretty I've been thinking about this topic for a while. Black or red brakes, and I'm leaning towards black because I feel like the red contrasts against the blue a bit too much for my liking. Red and blue are primary colors, and I feel like it doesn't really go too well when they are together like that. It almost clashes. So I'm planning to go black, like this right here. I think it looks nice. It may look a little dull, but I kind of like it. And I'm also planning to do the Porsche script right here by the door in silver. So I think that'll look really good. Silver to match the wheels, of course. So yeah, that looks great. Now for lights, I decided to go for PDLS Plus because of the reasons I've stated beforehand. And I chose all these options. It's $350. Why not? You know, to make the interior a little bit more brighter, and you know, gives lights for all these, you know, areas in the interior. So yeah, that's that. Power folding mirrors. Yeah, I decided to splurge on that because, you know, I've never really had a car with power folding mirrors before, so I thought that would be pretty cool. $700 for auto dimming mirrors and rain sensors. Yeah, I'll select that as well. I really don't like Porsche nickel and diming everything, but you know, it is what it is. I guess that's how they stay the most profitable car company in the world thus far. So anyways, we are moving to interior. Again, I don't like Alcantara. My little brother has a 2021 Civic Type R, and he has the Alcantara wheel and no, the shifter is actually aluminum, but he has the Alcantara wheel. And you know, it's nice and fuzzy, but I don't like how it wears over time. And especially when it's hot, it feels kind of weird in my hands. Like when it's hot outside, I always just preferred leather, so I'm gonna stick with leather. Though I must say that, and I could be wrong about this, before the 718 GT4, I noticed that the silver stitching around the steering wheel, it's there for Alcantara, and also the silver stitching for the boot is there for Alcantara. But when you select leather, I've seen some cars delivered where it's just black stitching. I'm not too sure about that, but I hope that isn't the case. Let's move on. This doesn't really apply to me. 2-zone climate control. I can't believe that this is an option for $770. I feel like it should be no cost option for a Porsche sports car, but I guess that's just how it is. Heated seats, yes please. Very useful. Though I do wish that this car has a heated steering wheel and also memory seats. That would be nice, but you know, it's a GT4. I guess that's kind of what you give up for the extra sportiness. But yeah, all right, moving on. Smoking package. I kind of like this because first of all, it gives a little socket right here, which I could use to charge a phone, or maybe to have like a radar detector plugged in, or you know, it's just a socket there that's useful. And also, it kind of covers up that hole, makes it look a lot cleaner. So, yeah, that's that. Luggage and passenger footwell. Yeah, I decided to get with this one as well. Personally, I feel like this net would be kind of useless in the passenger footwell, but you know, it's a free option, so I thought I'll take it. I've seen Nick Murray's video where some dealerships actually remove it because it looks ugly. But you know, I figured, you know, the more storage the better. This car doesn't really have much space anyways, so yeah. And I think that's it from this interior section. I'm planning to get the vehicle key painted for sure, though I don't want the leather pouch because this car doesn't have Porsche entry and drive. I don't want to take it out of the leather pouch every time I unlock the car, so I'm probably going to get the key done aftermarket. Oh yeah, I'm going to get the seat belts in silver just to match the stitching. So it'll look like that. And yeah, that's that. Now interior leather. I decided to get the steering column in leather. My dad's Porsche 911 has his option. He has the espresso interior. And honestly, it makes a huge difference to how the car looks. Usually it's like a cheap plastic at the steering column, but now it's like this black leather. And on the configurator, it shows that it's black stitching. Here, let me show you. It looks like it has black stitching, but I've seen in some videos that it's actually silver. If you get the silver stitching. So I hope that is the case. If it is black stitching, I will raise hell and hopefully get it exchanged. But yeah, that's that. I think that's the only leather option I've gotten here. I kind of want to splurge for the dashboard trim and leather. Yeah, that is nice. But for $1,600, I don't know about that. So we'll skip that. Yeah, that's about it. Race text, again, I don't like race text. Carbon fiber. I decided not to get any carbon fiber bits in the interior because the whole spec is just clean. It's it's mainly blue and silver, and I feel like carbon fiber will kind of throw it off. There we go. That's just changing the background a little bit. Yeah, so I'm gonna skip the carbon fiber for now. Aluminum. I decided to get the pedals in aluminum. Check that out. Boom. That looks really good. I've been hearing mixed reviews about it. I hear it's more slippery. Obsessed Garage says they're actually grippy. I don't know, but they look awesome. And I feel like it really matches the silver. It really complements the silver trims around the car as well. So yeah, I like that. And I decided to get the door sills in stainless steel illuminated as well. My dad has this in his 911 as well. It's a nice touch. So yeah. Now for audio. I decided to get the Bose. I wish they had Burmester as an option. I like my music, and my dad's Porsche 911 has a Burmester, and it's awesome. But and I haven't really heard too many good things about the Bose, because really I've only in the 911s I really only heard the bass and the Bose sound system, and I was kind of worried about the Bose sound system, but then I went to my local Porsche dealership and tried their 718 with the Bose, and it was actually pretty good for me. I like bass, so it's nice and bassy. The one thing I do have to say though is you have to crank the treble up pretty high. I think I cranked it up to +7. All flat, it sounded pretty muddy. So when it's up, cranked up high, it sounds a lot clearer. So it's a pro tip if you have the Bose and not too happy with it and haven't really played around with the sound settings. Apple CarPlay, that's a must. I'm a power iPhone user, and I use CarPlay a lot, so this is perfect. I'm not getting navigation. $2,300 for navigation. No, thank you. And honestly, for my previous car, I didn't use the navigation at all. I just used my phone. And if there's CarPlay, then that'll be perfect for me. So I don't see the point of spending $2,300 on this option. I assume it'll help with resell, but again, I don't really care about that. So yeah, and I think that's about it. If I could get the Porsche Experience Center delivery in LA, I would, but I can't. So.
All right, now we are at the summary section of the build, and let's go over the few key options. So blue, silver wheels, black calipers, some exterior painted bits, silver stitching inside, Bose, 18-way seats, all that good stuff. And the build has seemed to be at around, right under $119,000, which I think is a little bit high for a GT4, but it is the way that I want it, so that's that. And just let me know, y'all, in the comments if there's anything I can improve on these videos. I'm really excited to get this car and to make more videos on it. I will upload more videos as well about basically my experience with the dealership and Porsche with the tracking. Also, I forgot to mention the PEC LA delivery experience. I talked to my dealership about it, I think last week, and I also talked to my friend who picked up the Shark Blue G4 because he was planning to do it too. And apparently what's happening was I hear that they're backed up or something like that until later this year. So unfortunately, when this car arrives, they'll still be backed up. But hey, it is what it is. But yeah, let me know in the comments down below how the video is. I can use some honest feedback. And yeah, stay subscribed for more. Thank you guys.